Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for joining me. We are going to be opening the Akashic Records today, and we're going to be doing a little bit of body talk within the Akashic Records. So I'm excited to do that with you. And I want to let you know, if you want to work in the Akashic Records with me more directly and more personally, I have a promo going on my website right now that will run until the end of the day. So if it's November 19th for you, that promo is still active and you can book with me, and I've opened some spots up next week. I want to get in as many people as I can before the end of the year. You can find all of that information in the description, and I thank you very much for considering me to do that important work with you. So, like I said, in this video, we want to open the Akashic Records, and we're doing this to bring us into coherence with our cellular structure that we're occupying in this experience that we're having. So, Cryon lets me know that experiences with the placebo effect are going to increase so significantly that science and medicine just simply can't ignore it. And instead of writing it off as something that's a coincidence or a miracle, it's going to be acknowledged as part of the standard operating systems of our cellular structure. Our bodies are meant to hear us, and we're meant to hear our body. And what's changing now is the efficiency of DNA is changing. Old souls and light workers are waking up and expanding humanity, opening up humanity to the possibility that maybe things can happen spontaneously, and they're not always one-off miracles, and that it's part of a greater divine system in place to support us as we live our lives here. So I was inspired to do this because I've been dealing with an issue myself personally, and maybe you know, maybe you don't, but I'm a retired baseball player. I played all through high school, and a lot of that time I spent as a pitcher. So a lot of wear and tear on the right side of my body. So, if I spend too much time on my phone or at the computer doing different things, I'll get a lot of aches and pains that run through my hand, up my arm, into my shoulder, my back, and my neck. So I had enough. Massages weren't working, medication was not working, icy hot, none of that stuff was working. So I wanted to know what I needed to do to relieve the pain. So I opened the Akashic Records in the exact manner in which we're going to do so in this video. And I opened the floor for my body to tell me what it needed, or to tell me what I needed to do in order to fix the issue or to manage it better. So I opened the Akashic Records. I held my awareness there as vividly as I could. And the message finally came through after several minutes of, kind of balancing, going back to reality and staying in the Akash. The answer was given that I needed to massage the inner part of my arm and my armpit and pectoral muscle. So I did that, and instantly felt so much better, like a knot was removed, and that relief continues to this very moment. And what I want to do is I want to open the Akashic Records for you, and I want to give your body a chance to tell you what it needs, even if it's a subconscious exchange that's taking place. Give yourself permission to leave this video differently than you arrived, having been equipped with the information that you need to support your corporeal form as you live your life here. So let us go and open the Akashic Records now. And I wanted to release this video on a Sunday so more of you would be at home, in a space that's comfortable and appropriate for these kinds of things. We're going to open the Akashic Records now. When we open the records, we're going to establish our awareness in that space, and then we're going to start giving intention, and we're going to start listening. And I'm also going to give you a very powerful tool for self-love that was exchanged in session with a client, a very important client to me. And I think that's going to be very healing for you as well, and it's something I've been practicing. So let's go ahead and start. Bring yourself back to center. Good way to do that is tapping on your centers. I can feel, I can speak, I can see, I know. With this Om, I call in the light. With this Om, I align with Gaia. Om. With this Om, I release the ego. With this Om, I relax the body and mind. Om. With this Om, I call forward the higher self. We stand now at the threshold. On the completion of the next sacred Om, we will be in the Akashic records. Okay. With this Om, I open the Akashic records. Om. Okay, the Akashic records are open. We have been greeted by a very prominent elemental kind of energy, and I'm not aware of any figures in my vision, at least, but the energy of the field, the energy of the entourage, very much present with you and I today, and ready to facilitate whatever exchange our intention presents. Before we get into the healing, we want to establish immersion in the Akashic records, and I'll let you know that a lot of you right now, what you're waiting for that you think is known as a third eye activation is, you're looking for the activation of spatial awareness. The ability to go into your mind's eye and not feel that you're observing kind of a flat plane. It is a space that is meant to be vast. It is a space that is meant to be perceived in a certain way. And what makes the difference between using an activated third eye or using an unactivated third eye is usually spatial awareness. Okay. To immerse you in the Akashic Records right now, I want you to envision in your palm, in the palm of your hand, your favorite crystal. Okay. In your mind's eye, envision that crystal. Admire it. Hold that visual for as long as you can. Let it take your breath away. What I'm going to do is I'm going to affirm my intention in the Akashic Records, and once I do, I want you to listen. There will be an opportunity for you to speak, but we want you to listen first. Dear body, in this now moment, with my free will and pure intent, in the space of the Akashic Records, all cells are speaking. Cells are speaking. What are they saying to you? Are you receiving it consciously? Is it happening subconsciously? And there's something happening right now. Let your body tell you what it needs. Or if anything else, let it tell you that it loves you. Stay focused, keep listening. The to-do list can wait. The mind-body-soul dynamic is the most important one in your experience right now. I'm going to ask the cells now to speak louder. Dear cells, we are in a receptive state. Now is the opportunity to tell us what you need from us in this experience. Please speak clearly and prominently. We've now been joined in this session by Archangel Hil, who's going to help facilitate communication that's taking place now. So I'll let you know that what our corporeal forms want collectively is mindful consumption. And we need to hold in our awareness that everything that we consume in this place, whether it be food or not, is enchanted or has certain standards already put in place for how it should influence us or affect us upon consumption. Our cellular structures need us to take our place, our rightful place, as fully conscious beings in a position where we can tailor everything that it is we can consume, and that we define exactly what the benefit is being passed upon consumption. When you drink water, when you eat food, erase any other influences that might have been embedded in it, and let your intention in that now moment upon consumption be heard and known and done confidently. Okay. you need more time with your body to speak to you, please pause the video. In this now moment, with our free will and pure intent, with the help of Archangel Hil, all cells are listening. Now is your opportunity. Speak to your cells. Tell your cells what you would like to experience. Tell your cells what you would like them to know. And if anything, let your cells know that they are loved, and that love that you have for them is unquenchable and indescribable. All cells are listening. Brothers and sisters, every thought, every emotion, every intention is being heard. All cells are listening. All cells are listening. Okay, pause the video if you need more time. Dear Lightworkers, we will discuss with you in this moment in time a process of engaging in self-love that can be transformative beyond measure. This is going to help you know exactly where you are on the spectrum of self-love immediately. And keep in mind that oftentimes our cellular structure are hearing nothing but negative chatter from us about them. We don't like the way we look. We don't like the way our hair is that day. Our skin is bothering us. You know, our aches and pains are bothering us. Nothing's working the way that it's supposed to. Other people have features and qualities physically that I wish I had. Those are the kind of things that our bodies are hearing most often. We'll ask you in this now moment to engage in a self-love test that will let you know exactly where you are immediately. Okay. The bigger the mirror, the better. But what you want to do is you want to be in front of that mirror with the lights dim. The light should be dim. This is better if you're naked when you do it. You don't have to be if you don't want to be. But what you'll do is you will step in front of the mirror. You'll stare at the floor. You'll establish your intent in that now moment. My intention in this now is to express love to my cellular structure and to see how open and ready I am to do that. What you want to do, you want to slowly lift your head from the floor until you meet your eyes, until you cross your gaze. And you want to hold that gaze in your eye. And you want to repeat to yourself 10 times, I love you. 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 As many times as you can. And I'll let you know that in the very first I love you, you'll be able to determine if you really love yourself or not. And that just the act of expressing love to yourself might be something that feels foreign or different to you. When your head lifts from the floor, you lock eyes with yourself? Can you tell yourself that you love yourself? Or does your voice quiver? Do you hesitate? Do you feel like there's something that you have to break through or emerge through in order to get that off your tongue, in order to be able to express that? Some of you might find that the first couple of I love yous are easy, then 3, 4, and 5 come and it tapers off a little bit. Look yourself in the eye, tell yourself that you love you, do it for as long as you can, and then move forward from that space, having established a newfound awareness and coherence and appreciation and admiration for the temple that you've been gifted with in this place to explore. Your relationship with the Creator, your relationship with the higher self, your dynamic with your spirit guides, and the way that you interact with everything around you environmentally, Gaia, nature, all of that is important. But what stands in the forefront and what will continue to do so is the dynamic between you and your cellular structure and how healthy it is. You can't do anything that you want to do if you don't love yourself. And your body is a sensitive creature who is very aware if you're expressing it or not, if it is loved, if it is considered, if it is thought of in high regard in the way that it's meant to. You can't lie to your body. Keep that in mind as you continue forward. With this Om, I close the Akashic records. And so it is, my family. Goodbye.